With it, you channel the elemental magic of your fear.
Leave me alone. I won't stand by and watch people get hurt. And I won't run away. Hold the switch! And let's end this. Catra, please don't! I didn't break the world. But I am gonna fix it.
Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 Podcast. I am your host, Crimson Sin. Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Podcast character designs done by Demon Artie. Be sure to check her out over on Twitter at Artie Demon. Love She-Ra fan art? Does Artie Demon have some amazing She-Ra fan art? Redesigns, also a bunch of original stuff. Definitely give her a follow because not only is she a great artist, she's also a pretty awesome person. So definitely check her out. Episode 2 of Season 4 of She-Ra, the Valley of the Lost, and it's just as bad as the first one. It's so weird. You would think easy things like, having, you want to show that your characters are struggling, so they're friends at the, first they start fighting, but then they come to an understanding. Like those kind of easy concepts would just write themselves, but it's just awful. They just do a horrible, horrible job at it. Oh my goodness. People keep saying that, because everyone has to watch every damn episode within 3 hours, that, the series gets better. This episode 2 is just as horrible as episode 1. We open up and, Huntara, here she is. Gina Davis had another day of work. Glimmer's like super excited because she has a plan, and it's not a bad plan. It's actually a really good plan. It's like, let's go get Mara's ship because it's going to have technology on it and we can use it and it'd be good for us to have it on our side. Actually, super good idea. And Glimmer's super excited about this, and she's like, I'm going to send you guys on this mission. You, Huntara, Adora, Bo, Huntara, and Marissa. It's like she just goes and grabs Marissa. And she's drinking a drink. And they did this gag last season. It might even be the same drink. I'm not going to go back and look because I don't care. But Entrapta would be drinking like this whatever juice, and it'd be making the slurping sound.
Oh.
First of all, you can't make that slurping sound with a full glass of liquid, and the liquid doesn't go down as she's drinking it. Little things like that just bother the hell out of me with the show, just the lazy animation. Adora's like, why did you bring Marissa? She needs water. We're going to a desert. I didn't think of that. Why are we acting like idiots? Then she goes back, and then I guess that captain of the guard lady, she has a really cool design. I wish she would actually do something. She's like, where's Queen Glimmer? She's late for a defensive meeting or some meeting about something. She comes back with Perfuma. Makes a little more sense, but it's still a desert. I know there's plants in this desert area, but it's still kind of not her thing. But none of the other princesses really can match up to this. They should have brought Net and Toss. They could have done something better. But she brings Perfuma, and I guess she interrupted like her morning ritual of, greeting the sun and all that stupid crap. So she's going to send these 4 idiots to go to the waste. They just go. They don't bring anything. Their plan is to carry the ship back using plants. They don't show it. Spoiler alert, they don't show how they get the ship back, or even if they actually do. Glimmer's sad that she can't go on the mission. Well, you're the queen. You don't get to go on missions anymore. So they're in the Crimson Waste, and Perfume's trying to talk to Huntara, but of course Huntara's like very, no one could talk to me. I'm way too cool for you. And Perfume wants to be everyone's friend, and that's not going to work with these two. Then Huntara's like, you can control plants. Oh yeah, look. She's trying to control this cactus, and this is just a stupid plot point. It's unnecessary, and it's stupid. I use the word stupid a lot, but there's no other way to explain the writing here. So she's like, look at this cactus. I can make it grow. And then it just explodes in her face, and she gets gooped on. Okay, so I didn't get from this that Perfuma has a problem with controlling cactuses or cacti. And that's an ongoing problem in this episode. What an oddly, specifically stupid thing. But anyways, Huntara's talking to Adora, saying, is this flower girl going to be if we get into a scrape, is she going to be able to fight? And she's like, yeah, she's a good fighter. And she looks over like, are you kidding me? She looks like an idiot. But then we get the, weird. It's smart for Adora to put her sword on her forearm as like a bracer. So she always has it on her, as opposed to it just magically sticking to her back, or she just magically pulls it out of the air because it's a cartoon and they don't want to take the time to explain it. So she can just turn her sword back and forth between this bracer and the thing. Okay, that makes sense. I would have, maybe brought it up in a better way, but they just kind of dump it out there. So, oh yeah, by the way, here's her sword. They're walking, and that's the thing. This is another gag. It's all about, this whole episode's about, I want to say emotional validation, and it's just so awkward. Then Huntaro's like, I know we're both trained by the Horde, but you hanging out with these princesses, you've gone soft. And then he like zooms in on her mouth. Like, okay. And it happens again later in the episode. And of course Adora's like, oh yeah, I'm not soft. I bet I can beat you to the ship. So they like have a foot race. This episode's about emotional validation and a pissing contest. Everyone's trying to like one up each other in like really dumb ways. It's just not serious. Are they on their way to go collect some silly thing and there's no war going on and, the planet didn't just almost die last season and we're going to just be playing around the whole time? We get to Bo and he's going to go help out Mermista not Mermista, but Perfume has covered all that goop. Bo has a water arrow and he points it at her and she's like, oh my God, Bo, what are you doing? Then it just like squirts her and like gets her clean. One, why didn't he say, hey, this can shoot water and like point a weapon at her? And why would he need to pull the bow back when he could just use his hand? It's just dangerous. It'd be like me pointing a gun at you. It wasn't a very safe or smart thing to do. But then Perfume is like, kind of like, oh, I don't, she wants to be positive and flowery all the time. But she's, having issues with the cactuses. She doesn't like them. And then she doesn't like being out here. And she's like, oh, the energies and everything. It's just silly. But Bo thinks, oh, you're talking about Huntara. Like, you're complaining about the cacti, but in reality, you're really complaining about Huntara. But no, she's like, no, seriously, it isn't her. It's the cacti. I can't control them. For whatever reason, that makes no sense. And what makes a cactus any different from any other plant? That she literally grew a giant grass golem last season, but she can't make a cactus do what she wants. Again, it just comes out of nowhere, and it's just there for her to have a problem. And then she kind of like, gets really sad about it, and they get to where the ship is, and it's gone. Like, there's a big hole in the ground. And we get more of the comedy, like, Adora's out of breath. This happened last season, where she was running and she was getting like tired. Maybe she doesn't train anymore, or at least do conditioning. And she's like, the ship's gone, and I'm tired, and I can't run anymore. And Adora, I could still run. Again, the pissing contest. What's the point? They hear a noise, so they all get like battle ready. And here's the thing. If they thought there was a fight gonna happen, or there was like soldiers somewhere, why wouldn't she just turn into She-Ra? Instead, she does like this stupid kung fu pose it's so silly. But it's Bo's tracker app, and oh, don't worry, I upgraded this. That's so lazy. I hate writing like that, where it's, oh, remember that thing I had before? Now it's better because I say it's better. No. So Glimmer's checking in. Hey guys, how's the mission going? Because the missions are cool. Instead of conveying the information that the ship is missing to the Queen, they lie to her and say everything's going fine. What? That's insane. Why? What's the point of lying? Dora's like, tells Bo, don't tell her anything, just so she doesn't get upset. What is Glimmer, a 5-year-old baby that can't take information? She's gonna want to know why you guys are gone so long, and you put yourself in this dangerous situation. You're not gonna let her know. Again, 5-year-olds acting like idiots. I get a weird scene, and I don't know what the connotations of this are. She's like, which is cool because Huntara in the original series was a tracker. That was like her thing. And she's like, oh, I'm a master tracker, and we got to know where the ship went. And it's all about the sand. She like licks it.
Mm-hmm. Rubber. Mechanical. You may be right. It was the Horde.
That's what I wanted to see. Huntara licking things. And rubber. And it must have been machinery. And, of course, Adora has to do the same thing.
Definitely getting rubber and, sand.
She has to lick the sand. I sigh a lot when I'm reviewing this show. But then Bo's like, why don't we just follow the tire tracks? And they're like, I don't know, a foot across and all the way across the desert. We get a really close up of Huntara's manly face. And they're following the the tire treads, and it leads to the City of the Lost. And again, when I say that easily written things, easily parodied, easily like, oh, it should just write itself. This is Star Wars. This is Tatooine. I mean, it is. And like, oh, so it's a area of smugglers. There's all kinds of bad stuff going on. There's gambling and all that kind of stuff. But they got to sneak around because it's, they don't want to get caught. Huntara's super happy, makes a weird face because this is like her hometown. And just like stormtroopers, you just imagine the Horde as stormtroopers because they're just like in Tatooine, like interrogating people and just being all around jerks. And the only Horde soldier that speaks is like this female. And I think it's the same female voice from season 3 when they were walking down that hall and they were like being saluted. It's like, did they only have one person to do the voice and it has to be a woman and they don't even look feminine? They're just, just automaton looking kind of people. We see Double Trouble for the first time and I'm going to say it like that every time because it's stupid. They see them and you can tell that Double Trouble's like, what's this? We get to Huntara's like, hey, she sees her old people, a goat lady and lizard boy, or these are both female. It's so crazy. We see some of the most beautiful feminine bodies in this show. My goodness, they're just awfully ugly. Huntara's pissed, like, she's gonna go beat the crap out of him. This actually is a smart scene. I actually like this little part.
I'll fix that now.
Maybe it's best to avoid confrontation?
You afraid to fight, Flower Girl?
No, Perfuma's right. If they're here, there's sure to be others. We'll be outnumbered.
I don't like not fighting.
Understood. But finding the ship is our mission.
They're like, Huntara, no. We can't start a fight. And Huntara's like, why? Are you afraid to fight? No, dumbass. It's because we don't want to start a giant ruckus. And for what reason? So you can beat up your old, gang members? But I guess the soldiers, the Horde soldiers are chasing after someone, so they're hiding, and, Huntara's like, well, I know someone that can help us out. We get to Catra and Scorpia. They got the ship. How did they move it? Where was this giant thing that moved it? It's like in the bottom of a quarry. How did it get down there? There's nothing. It's just, they don't explain anything. Catra's like, okay, they're clearing out the ship because Hordak needs all these components to make stuff. Even though this thing's like 1,000 years old, it still has more technology than this whole entire planet. It's stupid. Then Catra is talking to Scorpio. Okay, get rid of this stuff. And Scorpio's just being like, the bumbling idiot fool that she always is. She walks out, and then Scorpia, you can't see the air quotes, but Scorpia walks back in, and she's like, hey, like that kind of being weird. So, okay, it's Double Trouble. Like, no one wouldn't know that. It's 1,000% not her.
What, did you miss me already?
Just don't drop anything else.
Nah, these guys look like they've got it covered. I'd rather hang out in here with you.
Because she's being a little too weird. And Catra, of course, catches on and like attacks her and grabs her, throws her because, well, who are you? What are you doing? The real Scorpio walks in and she's like, whoa, there's like another me. And what, is it like my twin sister? And then she's getting all excited. I know Scorpia is an idiot. We all know that. But this is like beyond that. This is 90s kids movie. Like, it reminds me of something you would see like in an Ernest movie. I don't know why that came to my mind, but where this is how he would react. But he's supposed to be a dummy and silly and stupid. Why is Catra acting like this? Then she kind of brings up something that I think may have repercussions later on. She's like, oh no, it probably is. Hordak made a clone of me, and I signed a bunch of paperwork when I signed up, and does that come up again? Because it's a weird thing to mention. Of course, Catra is irritated with the whole situation, and she's like, who are you? What are you doing here? And they turn into Catra, and then they all freak out. Catra freaks out about this. She didn't freak out that there was two of her friend, but when she saw another version of her, then she freaks out. Okay, get to the Dum Dum Squad, and we get more of this whole pissing contest and just not trusting each other. And Perfuma, can we really trust this? Huntara's contact, and Huntara's like, yeah, this we can trust her. And when I said, look at the her I'm talking about, she's gorgeous. My God, this show is get the most ugliest women of ever in animation. My goodness. This is her contact. I guess this was a former, not a former, but still like one of her gang members. But I guess like her whole gang just dissolved because she wasn't there. She has a big claw arm. And she's like, oh, we need help. We need to find a ship. She's like, oh yeah, I got just a thing for you. She's like digging through some stuff, and then we see a Horde jacket. I don't know if that was a clue to show that she was bad, but they gave her a Horde jacket, like, to wear. Like, why would she have that? There should have been a different clue. It should have been some tech or like a communication device or something, and Bo recognized it, like, hey, that's Horde technology. Not a stupid jacket that, why would she have it? It doesn't even fit her. It's just so poorly written. She like has this horn. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like her, she's gonna drink out of it? Oh, this is the thing we need. But remember, Huntar, the first rule of the way is don't trust anybody. And then she like calls the guards. Like, how would this thing even contact them? I know it's loud, but did she know that they were there? Like, if someone 3 blocks away from me blew on a horn, would I even hear it? Maybe. It should have been something like a communication device, something to like an alarm that she set off. No, it's just a stupid horn. And then Huntar's like, oh, you betrayed me. Why didn't you just beat the crap out of her? Oh, next time. Why next time? Why is there a next time? She's right there in your arms. You can just punch her in the face. You know, oh no, let's go get him. They're chasing him. They run into the two lizard, the lizard chick and the goat girl. And finally she becomes She-Ra. And they're like afraid to fight. Remember how she can't really control cactuses? She has a metal. Oh, Perfuma, make this cactus grow and block her path so we don't get attacked from behind. Okay, but these are regular crappy soldiers. You're She-Ra. She could literally walk up to them and just grab them and snap their necks. They couldn't physically stop her. I know, like, it's She-Ra's defenses are weird. She can get shot with a giant turret thing and it dazes her, but then also a shock stick will knock her out. Like, I don't get this. Like, there's no consistency in She-Ra's powers, because she should be able to walk up to all these guys and just punch them all out. But they're like afraid for some reason, like they don't want to get into this fight. So they like run away? What? Then they hide in the most ridiculous like cutout puppet things of all time. More silliness. Is this for the little kids, the 5-year-olds, these silly moments? Glimmer calls and the pad's really loud and they're like, shh, gotta turn it off. We're hiding. I thought they were gonna get caught, but they don't get caught. And Bo's like trying to hit the buttons. He can't answer it. It's still ringing. He finally answers it. And Glimmer's like, you know what? I'm in the most boring meeting. And you know what? I'm missing the battle and the fight and everything. And so what's going on with you guys? Just being silly. And, you know, Bo's like, you need to be quiet. We're hiding from the Horde. We're being chased. And then Glimmer's happy that's happening. Oh, that's so cool. I wish I was being chased. I don't know. I'm gesturing to the air because I don't know what the hell is wrong with all these characters. But he's like, no, Glimmer, I don't need to talk right now. And just hangs up on her. Get back to Double Trouble's technique of turning into people. And they, I said he because it's a man's voice. They is odd. I don't know how to explain this character because it's stupid and cliche. Because they are like, that actor thespian, and I'm fey, and I'm over the top, and I'm flamboyant. It's so stereotypical, it's almost a joke. I bring this up all the time. I'm Hispanic. This would be like me being in this show with a 5-foot sombrero, wearing a poncho, and playing the La Cucaracha. That's how stereotypical this is. And I'm glad this is worth the representation that the most... what you think of when you think of these types of characters that are like, I'm all about the theta, whatever. But Double Trouble wants to be hired. So they are saying, hey, you know, you can hire me for your services because I can turn into people, I can infiltrate, I'm like, you know, a spy. And Catra kind of likes this idea. We see what Double Trouble looks like, which is some type of weird alien. I mean, look how he has his leg up like that. I mean, come on. We get it. My God, we get it. And he's like this weird lizard elf. And even Catra's like, so is this what you really look like? They are like, pretty much. So is is Double Trouble the only of his kind, of their kind? I don't mean to do this on purpose, but it's just ridiculous because I hear a male voice and I want to say he. Double Trouble is such a... If there was an army of these things, you'd be like unstoppable. You could like infiltrate anything. But Catra's like, okay, you know, and she has this weird way of talking, and she kind of talks like this and turns her head to the side. And then Double Trouble kind of has a weird way of talking too.
How exactly are you planning on doing that?
I have a knack for getting out of tight spots.
Can people just talk to each other? But Double Trouble's like, you know, explaining how they copy people and how it's an art and everything, and I don't just want to look like the person, I want to actually become them and get their emotions right and everything. And Catra sees that there's you could use this. Get back to the dum-dums. Adora's talking to Perfumer saying, hey, what happened back there? I told you to set up make that cactus grow and then block our path so we don't get attacked from behind, which doesn't matter. They're just regular soldiers. Sierra could just beat them. Then the Perfumer just admits, hey, I hate being here. I hate cacti. I can't control them. I don't know what it is. I suck at it. I just don't want to deal with this anymore. Huntara's upset that her friend betrayed her and she didn't see it coming. So looks like they can bond over their failures. Okay. That's so stupid. Glimmer calls Bo, and Bo's like, hey, sorry for hanging up on you, but we're being chased by the Horde. Now we're hiding from the Horde, and the Horde had the ship. And then even Adora's like, why'd you say that? Don't tell her anything. But Glimmer's happy that they're failing because it's an adventure. My God, your friends could die. Why are you happy about this? Why is everyone acting like a 5-year-old idiot? Bo actually has a pretty decent idea. Finds that jacket had a tracking device on it, and I guess all the badges had tracking devices. They brought that up a couple of times, but it only becomes relevant when the plot needs it to be relevant. He's like, hey, I can crack open the badge, and it's going to have a tracker device. It's going to show me where all the soldiers in the area are, and wherever there's a bunch of them, that's probably where the ship's going to be. Not a bad idea. Pretty smart. They open it up, finds it, boom, that's where the ship is. So now they know the ship's down in this little quarry area. Again, how did they get it down here? This ship has to weigh tons? They just magically moved it? They find it, and they're like, hey, I got a plan, but it's gonna need you, Perfuma. And Perfuma's like, well, then forget about it. This is the emotional validation. I can't do this. You can't count on me. To make a different plan. Then Huntara's like, no, I was wrong about you. You are strong. And Bo, yeah, I remember when you saved me. Dor, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. Blah, 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 blah. It's stupid. Then she turns into She-Ra. Doesn't explain the plan. It's so stupid. You think they would have, because Perfuma doesn't know what the plan is. But she just turns to She-Ra and they just go and do it. Whatever. She-Ra jumps down and starts, just fighting people. And of course, she's just, the one soldier sees her, and I think it's the female voice again.
Hello.
She's like, oh, hey, and tries to fight her. Just raise the alarm. You're not going to fight her one-on-one. One of these big turret things is down there for some god-awful reason in a not very smart location. You think you'd be up on the ridge so you can fire down, but it's further. She just knocks away with her sword. Damn. She got reflect going on hardcore. Bo's shooting arrows, and he's knocking stuff out of people's hands. Just freaking shoot the people. She-Ra goes full on Wonder Woman, just using her rope to throw people around. I guess she was just trying to cause a ruckus to make a distraction, which is an okay plan. We see Catra starts to attack Adora, and know how you knew it wasn't really Catra? Because Catra didn't say, hey, Adora. That's how you knew it wasn't her. They start fighting, and this fight is ridiculous. I'm going to play some clips here, and you're going to see some absolutely ridiculous action, and the choreography is just bad. I think of fight scenes and stories in my mind all the time, and they're a million times better than this. But they're kind of fighting, and so this is where I talked about She-Ra's defenses. If she can pick up a boulder and punch a boulder without breaking her fist, that means she's resilient. So whenever someone punches her, it'd be like punching an iron girder. They would break their hand. You can't be soft and malleable and be able to punch giant boulders and crack them. You know what I'm saying? So when Catra's hitting Adora here, or She-Ra, it wouldn't do any damage. But, she's getting tossed around and actually gets kind of cut on her face. I guess the cut came from when she busted through the planks, I guess. This big battle's going on. She-Ra's there, and then there's guards just standing around. What? That's insane. That'd be like in a prison where 4 or 5 guards in a big old fight with, the inmates got out. Then the other guys are going to just stand around and do nothing. Wouldn't it be an alarm going off? Wouldn't it be guys running around? Something? But they're just standing by the ship. Huntara sneaks up on them, knocks them out. And then she's like, okay, Perfuma, this is your time to shine. You got to make this happen. She's trying to make the cacti grow. And of course, there's a ton of cacti underneath the ship because, plot point. She can't do it. And then Huntara's like, okay, you have to harmonize and focus. Doing the stupid meditation thing. She's making the cacti grow. It's getting big, but it's not strong enough. Then we see that she's like, oh, wait a second, I can use the root systems. And then she used the roots to lift up the ship. So this whole like believe in yourself and use the cacti, they just circumvented by using the roots. It's like, oh, these roots are so powerful and strong, and it's like easier for her to do roots than not the cacti. But what sense does that make? They use the ship, she gets the ship like up out of the ground. But it's just like it's just above the thing. It doesn't solve your problem. It just like moved it up. Whatever, they're happy about it. Catra and Adora are fighting, and Catra does this ridiculous like triple kick thing. I'll play the clip. What the hell was that? It's supposed to look cool, but it's just weird. They keep fighting. She-Ra gets kind of knocked off the thing, but she climbs back up and she like throws herself up. And again, another weird way that was supposed to be cool and it's not. She grabs Catra by like her belly, like just kind of, it's so weird because she's so big. Like her hands are almost touching. Like she can literally put both her hands almost all the way around her waist, and she's totally grabbing her boobs right now. Throws her against the wall and puts a cage on her, like from like the like piece of metal, like jams it into the wall, so it's like a cage. And leaves her in there and kind of winks at her. Why not just knock her out? Just punch her in the damn face, and now she's captured. You captured one of their head freaking force captain. I don't know if she's not even a force captain anymore. She's like number 2 to Hordak or number 1 now. No, they just leave her there so she can escape. I give them credit because she thought she couldn't get out of this cage, but just knock her out so she doesn't. There's no chance. Bunch of rocks and stuff are falling on top of the ship, so it's getting really hard for Perfuma to lift. So she jumps up there and starts cutting up all the rocks so it's lighter. Okay. Then they start doing that glowy thing. Remember at the end of season 1 where they did the super, taste the rainbow and beat the Horde? They start to glow like that. Which I'm glad they brought that back because they didn't do it in season 2 or 3. So now She-Ra has, I don't know, she can shoot magical energy out of her sword now. Like, Legend of Zelda, when you get in the original one, when you're at full health, you can shoot your sword out. She can do that now. And she's using it to cut up all the boulders. Perfuma's powers are all getting maxed out. Okay, so now the ship's above this quarry thing. How do they get it home? But okay, hooray, they win. She-Ra jumps onto this rickety bridge. How much does she weigh? She's like 8 feet, so she's like, what, 300 pounds? Easy? She crashes on this thing. Look at the no support this thing has. She would have just smashed right through it. I don't know, just call me crazy. This thing should have looked more robust. But she looks at the cage like, how the hell did Catra get out of here? Okay, whatever, don't worry about it. Because that's nothing to worry about. Perfuma and Huntaro are like bests. And makes her like a little crown. Like a stupid cacti crown. Even cacti have flowers. Glimmer finally shows up because she wanted to like join the battle. And her armor looks pretty cool. But everything's already done. Oh, you didn't leave any bad guys for me. It's not a game. Why is she... I thought... becoming queen would make her better, but this is stupid. And then Huntaro talks to the queen. I'm glad she like refers to her as Queen Glimmer. She's like, Your Majesty, I gotta leave the team. I have to stay in the Crimson Waste. I gotta take back my home. It's a way to get rid of Gina Davis. This is why I hate celebrity voice actors, because you can't have them all the time because they got to do other things. So while it's nice to have a recognizable voice, it sucks because then you have to write the characters off. They did an okay job of making up an excuse she's gonna stay in the Crimson Waste. But Perfume's like, no, she's my friend now, but she's gonna stay. And she calls her the Desert Rose, and she's like, no, Dad, don't ever call me that again, which is pretty funny. We get back to the Horde, and Scorpia and Catra and Double Trouble are on their way out. Double Trouble's like, oh, so how was my performance? Catra's like, hey, Adora's known me since we were little kids, and you fooled her. But really, it was a fight, and it was just a battle, so it didn't really fool her. It would have been more impressive if this was like Double Trouble got captured as Catra and they were interrogating Catra and they thought it was really her. That would be more impressive. But I guess Double Trouble's on the team now, and hooray for representation. This episode sucked. The emotional validations, the weird making perfumer not be able to work with Cactus. It's such a stupidly, specifically stupid thing. It should have just been something else. The pissing contest between Huntara and Adora, everyone kind of talking crap to each other, Glimmer not taking this seriously, no one taking anything seriously. I don't know. This is awful. It was just another bad episode, and we get a stereotypically flamboyant gay man. That's basically how the character's being portrayed, and it's. I would hate that. Is representation so important you'll take it in any way? It doesn't matter how offensive it is and how stereotypical and wrong it is. You don't care. Oh, the character's non-binary, and that's good enough for me. No. How about the character just be awesome? Oh, I'm weird, and I hold my hands together, and oh, oh my goodness. I don't know how much of this character we're gonna have, but I don't know. Shenanigans ensued. To say the series gets better, I'm waiting for it. The next time, episode 3.
I got something more important to do. It was fun distracting you, though.
Crimson Saint here. Thanks for watching the video. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single upload. If you have any tips or story ideas, hit us up on Twitter at C15Podcast, or better yet, join our Discord server, link in the description below.